Let's get started. Let's move our bodies a little bit, get some mobility and some things moving around in here. I'm sorry about class on Monday. You can see I have brand new flooring now, and I just had my floor. So all my furniture was moved around, and it was quite difficult to try to find a place to host the class. And so that's why I canceled it on Monday. So please accept my apologies for that. And we got to. So let's see. All right, let's go ahead and start. Let's go ahead and start laying down on our tummies today. Okay, let's start laying down on our tummies. So just come on down and bring our whole bodies down and just cross our arms over and lay our cheek down on those hands and just relax everything. And as we lay here, let's take a deep breath in, drawing that breath in, and then exhale. So draw that belly in, count to 4 and draw the air into the belly button. Draw in, 2, 3, 4, and then out, 2, 3, 4. And as you exhale, feel everything melting, softening, just kind of just leaning straight into that floor. Another time, bring that breath in and expand the rib cage. Expand the rib cage, rolling out and opening up the chest. Deep breath, swelling up the chest, opening up the rib cage, and then exhale. Let's change the position of the hands, bringing the hands down by the sides, letting the shoulders fall into the floor. Again, coming in with that deep breath, drawing it all the way down to the belly button. And then exhale. Maybe roll the head to the other side, letting the neck go to the other side. And again, come in with that inhale. And then exhale away any worry or fear or anxiety or tiredness. Let it all go. Let it all go. Just feel the weight of the body pressing into the floor. Let's bring those hands right underneath the shoulders, elbows close to the body. Start to lift up the back just a little bit. Inhaling, raising the crown of the head towards the ceiling. And then exhaling. Inhaling just a little, inhale. Feeling the contraction in the lower back. And then release. Inhale the breath, draw the elbows close, lift the crown of the head. And now release. With this next breath, let's lift ourselves all the way up, pressing through the hands, pushing the hands into the floor, lifting the body up, inhaling, and letting that back release, letting everything melt and become soft. Come with that deep breath, inhale, pulling the shoulders down away from the ears. And exhale, let everything come down nice and soft. Exhale. One more breath, inhale. And as we inhale, lift the crown of the head, pull the crown of the head towards the ceiling. Inhale, stretching out through the belly. Deep push those shoulders away from the ears. And then exhale, let everything melt down, nice and soft, melting down all the way through the spine, feeling the muscles contract as we lower our bodies. Good. One more time, let's inhale up, lifting with the crown of the head, feeling the back muscles contract. And now we lift the hips to match and shift the weight back. Shift the weight back. Good. Rounding the spine, bringing the hands up underneath the shoulders, bringing the knees right underneath the hips. Let's come inhale, rounding the spine into cat. And then exhale, letting everything go down into cow. Raising the crown of the head, drawing the belly towards the floor. Switching back and forth. Inhaling and exhaling. with the rhythm of our body, every body being unique. Feel the muscles in the shoulders. Inhale, pushing away from the ears. And then exhale, the crown of the head towards the ceiling, the tailbone towards the ceiling. Breathe, come to a neutral spine, a nice neutral spine. Take the right shoulder towards the hip. Arms are both nice and straight, shoulder towards hip. It's like we're making a C. We're making a C shape in our spine. And then the opposite side, shoulder towards the hip, nice straight arms. And now make it back and forth, back and forth. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling. Keeping the head in line with the spine. The arms are nice and straight. It's like wagging our tail. Loosening up that lower spine. Good. Push back, push back, push back. Rock the hips in that child pose. Rock those hips just a little bit. Taking a deep breath, kind of loosening up everything, noticing how we're feeling. All right. Reach those arms nice and long, placing the hands right in front of the shoulders. Let me show you. Here, right in front of the shoulders. So not out to the side, but here, right in front of the shoulders, letting the head fall down towards the floor and just gently rocking back and forth. Staying with that nice inhale and exhale. Good. All right. Let's go ahead and flip on over. Oh, here's our mascot. She's coming to join us. Flip on over. Bring those legs out wide. Come here. Bring those legs out wide. Okay, nice wide legs. Take a deep breath. And then exhale, bringing the arms forward. Try to keep the feet lifted. Bring the arms forward, reach. Rounding the spine. Just take a second here, a gentle rock back and forth, not too deep in this stretch. What we're doing is we're surveying our body. We're surveying the shoulders. We're surveying the back and the hips, rocking back and forth, noticing the tension. And now we roll, reaching away from the body as we roll up through the spine. Take a deep breath. Let's reach out with our hands. And then we inhale, lift. And exhale, palms to the floor, bring it down. Inhale, lift. And exhale, palms to the floor, bring it down. One more time, bring it up, inhale. And now rounding the spine, reaching away like we're diving into the water, reaching down and out and away from the body, pushing those heels into the floor. Now let's start to take our hands over to the right side and then over to the left side. Over to the right side. It's just a sweeping back and forth. We're pushing our sit bones down into the floor and just sweeping back and forth through our hips, loosening up those muscles. Good. And now we're going to come over to the right, place our hands comfortably, square the shoulders, move the kitty cat, bring the hands forward and just hold here for a moment. Just hold here for a moment. Maybe we wrap our hands around the leg if it feels comfortable, okay? Reaching down and lifting up the shoulders. So think about lifting up the shoulders and bringing the belly down. And then let's walk to the other side, walking to the other side, noticing every muscle as we move. Maybe we just hold here for a second, just hold here for a second. Think about lifting up the shoulders and drawing the belly down, holding that foot, and then reaching and then lifting. For me, there's a bit of tension here. I feel tension right in my mid-spine, all right? We might feel it in different places, but what we are looking for is we're looking for an acknowledgement of where our body is tight and a moment to try to release it. That's what the breath does. And bringing it back to the center, reaching away from the body, rolling up through the spine and sit up nice and tall, nice and tall. Good. All right, let's bring those legs together. Bring those legs together. All right, chest is lifted. We're just going to reach a little tiny down and then a little tiny up. Exhale down, just a little. Inhale up. Just kind of rocking through the external rotation of the hip and down. Exhale. And inhale. Let's hold down for just a moment. Down for just a moment. Chest is lifted. All right. Chest is lifted, so belly is drawn forward, shoulders are drawn back. Just breathe. Good. And here, release the stretch just a little and start to just kind of flap those knees up and down, just a little bit of motion through the hips. Just sit up nice and tall and kind of motion through those hips. All right, now we're gonna let those legs go out nice and straight in front of us. Okay, this is called staff pose, right here in front of us, straight legs. We're gonna take the hands out to the side, sitting up nice and tall, flat back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more times. Use that breath to raise the arms and lower them, moving with our body and our breath. And letting that down. Now we're going to come forward, reaching forward over our legs. Now I'm going to turn to the side and show a couple of different things here. From the side, we're going to come forward. Now notice the chest is lifted. So it's like my body's forming a triangle. All right. So here we're going to come down a little bit, bringing the elbows down towards the floor, leaning forward, and just come up, just loosening those muscles, bringing it down. So think about pulling the crown of the head away from the center of the body. Pull down just a touch, and then up. Now we come forward, we round, rounding the back and bringing the chest down towards the thighs. And then roll back up. So this second one, we roll first, bringing the elbows down and then lengthen. There we go. Loosening up those hamstrings, loosening up those hamstrings. There we go. Rolling up, rolling up. Breathe, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and stretch just a little bit through the center. We're gonna go ahead and get warmed up through the center, okay? I'm gonna turn to the side. All right, one leg is out and the foot is flexed. The right leg crosses over, okay? Right leg crosses over. Let's go ahead and we're just gonna kind of move that hip, move that hip. You see the hip moving? I'm going to come a little bit closer. Make sure you can see okay. Make sure I can see you. Make sure you can see me. Rocking that hip around in a circle. And let's change direction, change direction. There we go. Good, just loosening out that hip. Now, we bring that leg close to our body. Give it a little hug. Hug that hip and let's rock back and forth on that hip. Just a little hug, okay? I feel it here. I feel it in the inside, all right? Good, just kind of rocking around in a circle, noticing where we feel it, okay? Now, where we feel it, hold it for just a second, hold it for just a second, sit up nice and tall and straight. Try to push the opposite foot into the floor, all right? The opposite foot pushes into the floor. Let's take the opposite arm to the outside of that knee, lengthen through the spine, sit up nice and tall and straight, and then twist through that spine. Breathe. We should feel all kinds of tension in our body. This is designed to twist through the spine and to open up the hips. The outside of the hips, to loosen up the outside of the hips as that knee comes up and over. It's called a mariachi pose. All right, come back into the center, letting that hip go down. A little bit of tension here, loosening out. Let's bring that opposite leg across and create some circles. Okay, just some circles, loosening out that hip joint. Think about the hip joint. It's a ball and socket. Okay, we should have almost 360 degrees of rotation. Let's change direction in that hip joint. A lot of rotational motion in that hip joint. Okay, if we don't have it, we can get it. We can get it. Okay. All right, now let's bring that into that nice tight hug. Nice tight hug. Let's rock for just a second, noticing any tightness. Breathe. All right, hold nice and still, push that foot down to the floor, chest is lifted, bring that opposite hand across, back hand behind and straight, lifting the crown of the head towards the ceiling and then rotating through the spine. Try to push that opposite foot, try to push this foot into the floor and then lengthen through the crown of the head. And release that out, shake it out, all right? We're going to go ahead and sweep those legs over to the side, and we're going to tuck those toes underneath. Tuck those toes underneath. All right. This is called fire toes. Let's play with those toes. Okay. Come forward off of them, push them down. Forward off of them, low pressure onto those toes, just a little, just a little. If they're real tight, we don't want to push them too hard. A couple more times to kind of warm up those muscles that are about to be stretched. Okay, and now hold those toes, hold those toes. If this is tight, stay here. If it feels okay, we're gonna go ahead and bring ourselves aligned up over the feet and bring it, see the toes are directly forward. Pet the cat. Hello, kitty. She's a good kitty. She's a good. Take those breaths, steady, even breaths, okay? Steady, even breaths. Deep breath, inhale, lifting from the belly button, and then exhale, draw down. Focus on those breaths. Tight in my feet today. Tight, tight, tight in the feet today. Breathe. Steady, even breath. Pet the cat. Pet the cat. Testy cat. All right. Okay. One more steady breath, one more steady even breath. All right. Now, if we'd like a little challenge, if we're comfortable here, we can take our hands, we can lift up those feet underneath us. So our heels are together. Okay. Just rock back and forth in those feet. Rock back and forth in those feet, pushing forward and back on those toes. Stable, even, mellow, rocking back and forth. All right, and if it feels good, we can sit up and we can balance. Let's try to see if we can balance for a moment. Balance right there on our feet, okay? If it feels good. All right, if we're ready, we can bring our hands down, bring those feet up, and roll into a standing position. Roll into a standing position. Let's paddle those feet out. Paddle those feet out. Here we go. Shake them out. Shake them out. All right. That's going to give us the prep we need for some other motions. Okay. We need those feet to be a bit flexible. All right. So let's take our legs wide. We're going to start some motion and some standing movement. Let's take a deep breath. Inhale. And then we're going to exhale, sweeping and drawing the chest forward. These are called moonflowers. We lift, pushing through the heels. Inhale, and then exhale, chest comes forward. And sweeping up, pushing through the heels, bringing those knees wide. Inhale. And release the breath all the way down. One more time. Now we're going to go to sunflowers. In a sunflower, we reach up and draw the elbows down. Exhale, keep tall with the chest. Inhale up. Exhale down. Drawing up. Keeping the elbows and the shoulders pulled back. Good. Now we're going to shift from side to side. Shift from side to side. Opening those hips, keeping the hips pushed forward, drawing down, pushing up. Inhale, exhale. Couple more times, squeezing from opposite to opposite, keeping the center of the body aligned. One more each side. First right, down and up to left. All right, shake it out side to side, shake it out side to side. Now we're going to go ahead and come to a forward fold, wide leg forward fold. Okay, I'll go to a little bit to the side. And what we're going to do is we're going to draw the chest down just to reach. So a wide leg, a wide V leg. And then here we're going to rock the hips from side to side. Rock the hips from side to side. Think about, again, the hip joint. Think about the hip joint. Think about that ball and socket, all right? Breathing. Chest is lifted, so the crown of the head is long, right in line with the spine. We inhale and exhale. Think about making a figure eight with those hips. Try to make a figure eight with the hips. Rocking through the motion, full motion of those hips. All right, hold in the center, bend the knees, reach to the floor and round the spine all the way up and draw back and down. Inhale, reach and round all the way down, and then all the way up and back. Inhale down. We can bend our legs or not, depending on what feels good here. Really what we want to focus on is rounding that spine. One more time, reaching forward, rounding all the way up and down. And then exhaling back, drawing the elbows back, opening up the chest. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. All right. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Okay, are we ready to go into some sun salutations? Yes, 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 that's a wonderful idea. All right, we'll see what Misty thinks about this. Okay, so I'm gonna stand on the side of the mat, okay? We're gonna come to mountain pose. Recall mountain pose, where chest, shoulders are back, reaching down, okay? Lines of energy. So our feet, okay? Our feet are not here, okay? Our feet are here and here, directly underneath the hip. The legs are tight, the hips, the booty's engaged, okay? Drawing the belly in, right? Mountain pose. So come into mountain pose, reaching those shoulders back and then down, firming all the muscles all the way down. All right, mountain pose. Take a deep breath. Inhale to tall mountain. And exhale, forward fold. This is called a forward fold or a swan dive, reaching down and then rolling up. Inhale, mountain, and then exhale, tall mountain. Inhale, swan dive. You can bend the knees or keep them straight. And then rounding up. Good. Reaching those hands away from the center of the body. Inhale. Exhale, swan dive. One more time, pushing through the heels as we reach away from the center of the body. Inhale, lift. And exhale all the way down. This is called monkey pose. We're gonna hold here in monkey pose where the hands are directly underneath the shoulders, okay? Now take one knee, bend one knee, and let the opposite hip pop forward. Let the opposite hip pop forward. If we're here, we can be here. Just put your hands on your legs, okay? And take it to the other side. Pop one knee forward, lengthening through the crown, flattening out the back as much as possible. And go to the other side. 1, 2, now switch. 1, 2, switch. Good. Couple times each side. Come to the center, both legs nice and straight, rounding up, bring the hands onto the sacrum. The sacrum is the bony part right above the hips, hands onto the sacrum. All right, we're gonna lean and then lift. So you lean back and then right here from the heart, we lift towards the ceiling. All right, it's called a baby back bend, lifting up. Think about inhaling, raising the heart towards the ceiling. And then exhale, release that out, shake it out. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna move into that sun salutation. Inhale, tall mountain. Exhale, swan dive. Walk it out, let's come into down dog. Let's come into down dog. All right, so just stay here for a second. Let's push back, kind of pedal those heels. Let's pedal those heels. Good, pedaling those heels, dropping one hip and then the other. Hip and hip, pushing through the calf. Maybe we lengthen those arms. Notice the difference. Here, I'm kind of pushed forward, shifting the weight back, opening up those shoulders. All right, hold both legs, getting the feet directly in line with the knees and pushing back and flattening those heels as much, pushing through the feet. Breathe here, shifting the weight towards the back of the room, nice and tight lines through the entire muscular system on the back side. Good, now come down to our knees and shift back to child's pose. This is a pesky kitty cat. Come forward into plank and then back into child's pose. Forward into plank, back into child's pose. Forward into plank, hold here for a moment. All right, drop the shoulders into the center of the sockets. Really feel that plank. Drawing the belly button up, squeeze the tush. All right, hands are underneath the shoulders. Let's chaturanga. And now flip, exhale, and lift to up dog. Hold here for a moment, pushing those shoulders away. All right, take it to the rotation. So arms are nice and straight and rotate towards the right side. pushing both hips down towards the floor and rotating through the core. And now come to the center, take an inhale, and then with an exhale, push those arms nice and straight and rotate towards the opposite side. Back to the center, shifting back into that child's pose, rocking back and forth. All right, let's come through it again. Let's come forward to plank. Exhale to chaturanga. Drop those hips and come to up dog. Rotate right. Back to the center. Rotate left. Back to the center. Shift back. Oh, one more time. We're going to do the exact same thing again. Take a deep breath. We're going to exhale forward to plank. Chaturanga. Up dog. Turn right. Turn left. Come center. Shift back. How about one more time? One more time. Hold, rock back and forth, opening up those shoulders. Let's open up those shoulders just a minute. Release, push those shoulders into the floor. Press those palms nice and flat. Rock the shoulders back and forth. Take a deep breath of intention. And exhale, come forward to that plank. Chaturanga. Up dog. Turn right. Center. Turn left. Center. Press back. Child's pose. Very good, very good. Shake that out, all right? Now, we're gonna go ahead and tuck those toes, roll up to a standing position, and all the way up to a standing position and shake it out, rock the neck back and forth, all right? We're gonna do a couple of different things from that. We're gonna kind of springboard from that type of position. So let's reach down into mountain. Inhale, tall mountain. Exhale, swan dive. Walking forward to down dog. Pressing back, shifting our weight back into down dog. Good. Let's try a single leg down dog on the right side. Let's lift that right leg, bend, and press it back and up. Hold here for a moment. Set that leg down. Let's go to the left. Take a deep breath. Exhale and press that leg up. Bring it down. And now walk back. Walk back, walk back, walk back, walk back. Hold here for just a moment in this monkey pose. And now roll up, and shake it out. Can you see this kitty cat? She is such a mess. All right, let's go ahead. We're a little bit warm now. It's a really good place to start going into some of our warrior series, okay? We're gonna go ahead here. We're gonna go into humble warrior to begin with. Back heel is down, right leg is forward, all right? So start to push forward in those hips. Now, I don't have the flexibility in my back heel to keep this all the way down. My heel comes up, okay? We can turn our foot a little to the side. That kind of helps if we have tight flexibility, if we're tight in our ankles. Just kind of coming forward and down, and we're forward, we're facing our leg. So just start to loosen out, bringing the ankle. See how my foot, I'm kind of inching my foot out so that the knee and the ankle are in alignment. Bringing it down and then up, down and then up. So start to play with the hips, bringing it down. So right here in the front of the hip, kind of just push and wiggle, maybe shake back and forth a little bit. Notice any tightness in those hips, all right? Now hold still and stable here. And we're gonna go into humble warrior. So we're gonna lean forward. We're gonna bring the crown of the head down towards the floor, reaching the hands behind our back and lifting through those shoulders. Breathing right here, Rolling those shoulders out and away from the center of our body. Inhaling and exhaling. Letting those hands come down, lifting the back heel, and now pushing into a lunge. Good. So that heel is up, the toe is down. This is where our flexibility from earlier came in. And now I'm gonna move my hand so that you can see, we're gonna straighten out that leg in front if it feels good. and then bring it down. We can also be on our knees here, shifting forward and back, okay? Finding the options that work for us in our body. Lifting and lowering. Lifting and lowering. Wherever we are, let's hold for a moment, nice and loose through that hip. So both hands, we're gonna make sure both hands are on the inside of that leg. I'm gonna turn towards you so that you can see. Both hands on the inside of that leg. All right, shoulder right next to the calf, shoulder right here, okay? Just breathe, and then we're gonna roll that leg out to the side, okay? Chest is lifted, keep the head lifted in line with the spine. The feet, the hands and the feet are aligned with one another, okay? Breathe. Good. Now, lift up a little bit and then step forward. Set those legs together. We're going to come into chair pose. So here, our legs are pushed back, our knees are in line with the ankles, chest is lifted. Tuck that tailbone under and hold here. Bring the hands together into a prayer right there in the center of the heart. This is called chair pose with prayer hands. Breathe. Steady breath. Inhale. Exhale. Tuck that tailbone under. Push through the heels. And release, press out, squeeze up, squeeze right here, squeeze. Breathe, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. All right, we're gonna do that little piece on the other side. Okay, humble warrior. Bringing that back foot out, okay? Start to push those hips. We're gonna be in the left direction. The body's in the left direction. The back foot is slightly turned out, and then start to loosen into those hips. Start to loosen. So try not to draw the chest forward, but rather try to draw the chest back and align the shoulders over the hips as we start to loosen right here. Good. Start to pressing down and then shifting back. Okay, now hold a little bit low, kind of wiggle back and forth in those hips. Notice any tightness. I got quite a bit of tightness here in my hips, all right? This is a normal thing. It's natural. This is what we're working on, always working on it, okay? Hold right here. All right, we're gonna come to humble warrior. So in humble warrior, we're gonna lean forward, dropping low in that front leg. Crown of the head comes down towards the floor. Lace the hands behind the back, and then extend, pull those arms out and away from the center of the body. Take a deep breath and inhale, drawing that air into the arms, into the shoulders, into the chest. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And bringing those arms down, bringing the heel up, okay? And now we're gonna push down in those hips and bring it back up. Pressing down, heel is high, leg as straight as possible, and stretch. Start to extend that front leg if it feels good. Also, our modification is we can be here on our knee and we can press forward and back. Okay, find those modifications that feel good. So the goal is to try to keep that back leg as straight as possible, pushing down, pressing up. All right, I'm gonna turn towards you. We're gonna take both of those hands on the inside. Let both of those hands be on the inside. All right, both hands on the inside, breathe. Now we're gonna take and we're gonna roll onto the blade of that outside foot, okay? Ooh, opening up that hip, yes? Breathe here for a moment. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath. And release, release, release. We're gonna step forward and we're gonna come into chair pose again. Bringing our feet together, okay? Zipping the inner thighs, okay? Turn to the side, get the knees aligned in the ankles, okay? Tuck that tailbone. Here, not here, here. Tuck that tailbone under, chest is lifted, reach up. We can either have our hands together here in a prayer or we can reach long. Inhaling, exhaling. One more breath. And press up and shake it out, shake it out. Oh, ooh, got a little warmth in there, yes? Very much so. Very much so. All right. So let's see. Let's go ahead and we're going to come wide. We got about 5 more minutes of class left. Okay. We're going to go ahead and we're going to take that right leg out to the side. Left leg is slightly turned in. Warrior pose. Okay. We're just going to work on those warrior legs. So the hips are not turned towards the right side. The hips are turned towards the front and this knee push straight out, okay? So think about just the legs right here. Inhale, exhale. Just let ourselves grow into that position and push. So bring that knee down so that the knee is tracking directly over the ankle and then press. Come on down, hold. Square those shoulders over the hips. Just hold here. See if we can get that leg to 90 degrees. Okay, breathe. And now we extend those arms. Steady breath, steady breath. This is the concentration part. This is the concentration part. Yes, we can. Breathe. One more breath. Inhale. And exhale, let it go. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Loosen out those hips, loosen out those hips. Breathe, pedal them back and forth, just shake. All right, we're gonna do the same thing on the left side. All right, left side, okay. Back heel is slightly out, front toe is slightly in. All right, shoulders here, hips, but the motion doesn't happen here in the shoulders. The motion happens at the hips. So here, when we turn our body, square the hips towards the front of the room, and this knee turns in, okay? So my knee goes in. So I have to take this knee and I have to ask this knee to start pushing back out towards that left side. Good, now take a deep breath and now start playing with the muscles. Inhale, exhale. Feel which ones are moving, which ones are working, okay? Which ones are we asking to grow? Good, 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 good. Can we bring it down to that 90 degrees? Can we sink down into those hips? Shoulders stacked over hips, hips forward facing, dropping lower. And then we reach that full expression, full expression. Deep breath, inhale. Exhale. Again, again, again. How about one more time? And exhale, press it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Pedal those legs. Ooh, my goodness, right? All right, now we're gonna do one last stretch, the IT band, all right? Okay, we're gonna take our right leg, we're gonna step behind with our right leg. We're gonna push the hips forward, okay? Push the hips forward, push the heels down. Good, stand up tall and straight and squeeze the hips, all right? Now, we're gonna take our opposite hand to the hip, shoulder rolls back and reaches up. Exhale, twist and stretch, lean the whole body, lean the body and push the heels into the floor. And let that down, take it to the other side. So bend the legs, place the feet on the floor, push through the hips and squeeze forward. There we go. Right hand comes to the hip, left shoulder rolls back, and then reach and extend. Reach, 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 reach. Breathe. Steady breath, steady breath. And release it out. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. All right. So last thing we'll do together, a deep breath, inhale, inhale, and exhale. Just this calming breath, inhale, and exhale. Last time, inhale. Bring those hands together and then all the way down to the heart, all the way down to the heart. Namaste. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the class. I know Misty certainly did. She's a funny kitty. She's funny. She's sleeping on the mat right there. So
yeah, it was good. It was great. It was good.
yeah, I certainly enjoyed it. So I hope you
Yeah.
did too.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you very much. Namaste, you.
Namaste.